Welcome back to Reboot franchise, episode 36, I believe now for you. It's been 1 week and 1 day. I apologize, I already know this is going to be a day late. For me, it's been, well, about 3 weeks. Now, I'll release some other videos explaining that a little bit more. But of course, the videos came out. It's not been a problem in that regard, but it's been a little while since I've last been with this team. Now, it doesn't mean I've forgotten what's going on, but it does mean we're a little bit out of the loop. But what we do here is we move on from this last win we had against the Texans here. We scout some players and we move on to our next game against the Jaguars. We have got 4 more games until we are in the playoffs. We are 100% in the playoffs. We're 10-2, but obviously how we get into the playoffs is a different question. Will we get that first round bye? Only if we manage to lose every single other game. We may not get it, but even at 10-6, I've seen what the rest of the, divisions look like at the moment. We still got a pretty good chance of getting it. And our next position, I mean, we may still have some running backs to look at, but we won't bother now. Our next position, one we always like to look at anyway, one we've had absolutely no luck with, but with 5 first rounders, there's got to be something here this year. It's the cornerbacks. What do we need? We need either zone or man to be B, and the other one needs to be a C+, and then we need, some speed stuff once the combine's gone past. So we're looking for anyone that potentially has B, man, or zone, and then the C+ on the next one. So here's a good shout, and there we go. So he can straight away be added to the draft board. Cedric Duncan out of LSU. Paul McCullough can go on as well. So it is a good year for cornerbacks because we've already got more than we've had any other year. Usually we've been able to add 1 to the draft board. We've already got 2. Kobe Hadley just misses out. If he's got the right combine stats, we could still maybe look at him, but of course, we're not going to put him on the draft board. Let's get straight back into the cornerbacks because I'm feeling it right now. Marvin Anthony, again, is a guy potentially we could look at if we've got no other options. But right now, not actually seeing anyone, which is a bit of a shame. Of course, we can always take a C+ guy, but we don't really want to. But I'm hoping somebody will turn up here. So that is it with the scouting, and here we are ready to play our game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it looks like I'm a little more out of the loop than I thought I was because I almost didn't take a look at the Jaguars team, and I suddenly realized when I almost went into the game and saw they had a 93 overall, I think it's time we look. So the quarterback, 87 rated Blake Bortles. The running back, Leonard Fournette, with a 98 rating, 99 awareness, which, for those computer control guys, look at that, 99 carrying, 99 ball carrier vision. These running backs get so good. The fullback, Spencer Heddleston, at 85 overall. Then these receivers, Allen Robinson, 97 overall. Casey Go-Lucky, a guy I think I was interested in, we just weren't able to get, if I remember correctly, 96 overall, a third-year player. That is just ridiculous. He's so fast as well. Then they got Marquise Lee, an 88 overall. 82 overall would be more reasonable. An 88 overall. We're going to have our hands full. This is going to be close to impossible to stop these guys. But of course, we do have good cornerbacks. Then Trey Burton, a 91 overall, the tight end. Left tackle Cam Robinson, a 99 overall. Left guard Jack Muhart, 90 overall. Brandon Linden, 93 overall. AJ Cann, 87. And Ode Oboshi, 83. This may be the best line we have seen without a doubt. Yannick Ngakoue, 91 overall at defensive end. Calais Campbell, 88 overall at the other position. Avery Jones, 89 overall. If they're playing a 4-3, which I think they will be doing, Malik Jackson with an 83 overall as well. Left outside linebacker, Ono Harper, 89 overall. I believe he had poor development or something. I remember he came up. He's a second-year player. The middle linebacker, Lawrence Natil. If they do happen to play 3-4, Lawrence Roach is the other guy. Telvin Smith, 87 overall, which seems a little low, but he's got that high awareness. He knows where he's going. The cornerbacks, AJ Boyd, Derek Clinton, Dix, and Bryant Swain. Now, of course, very good, 92 overall. The only thing I can see here is potentially the speeds are a little low, but again, we've only got one guy who's very fast, and he'll be coming up against Derek Clinton, Dix, so we may have a chance to get George Conner free, but it's our cornerbacks who will be struggling. John Johnson, the free safety, 83 overall, and Joey Brackens, the strong safety, a rookie, an 83 overall. So we've got a chance to get in behind them, but that is all we've got because this is an incredibly strong team. So we know what we're up against. We've got our hands full, but I think we're prepared for it. Let's go up against this very strong Jaguars team at home. I think we can take the win. This game against the Jaguars is a good playoff test for the Ravens. Not too many tough teams faced up to this point, and this is an incredibly strong roster, and it starts off with Blake Bortles running around, throwing the ball up, trying to get it to his tight end, but Rashad Peters comes underneath, picks it off, and it looks like he might be able to return this. He's got a couple of guys chasing him, but he's got speed himself, and he gets into the end zone untouched. Rashad Peters gets himself a touchdown just taking that away. The tight end killer does it again. Do not look for your tight end if Rashad Peters is covering him. So the Jaguars now 1st and 10, looking to go again to that tight end. This time he completes the pass, gets the first down. On 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Leonard Fournette running hard, but we managed to stop him. Sets up this 2nd and 2. It's a completion there, and nobody touches that receiver as he just walks into the end zone, gets a touchdown, and this game is tied at 7 apiece. Now, Trayvon Bromley looking to pick up some yards as well. And then we go into the Wildcat with Tariq Cohen, who's found himself some space. Has got one man to make miss, and that's exactly what he does. And he gets a block here, and he doesn't get a block from George Connor. He gets a block in the back from George Connor, which pulls this back. 3rd and 7 now from the 38-yard line. We cannot get a completion for a first down, so we had to go for a field goal. Score 10-7 right now. Blake Bortles there, bouncing out of contact, rolling to the left, getting away, getting the completion. He manages to get that to Allen Robinson. They get the first down. 2nd and 5. It's another completion here, and Allen Robinson again making plays. Of course, they're incredibly high overall. You expect this. And on 3rd and 6, Blake Bortles changed his mind about the direction he was going and met Tim Williams on the other way around. Now on 2nd and 4, we get a first down with an end around from George Connor. 2nd and 15 though, as we got nothing else. The Jaguars have the ball back, and this time it's Go Lucky with the reception. Got away from the man covering him, and then some good blocks, sprung him free, and he got into the end zone, a 48-yard touchdown. 3rd and 12 now, score 17-10, and we're looking a little bit worse for wear here, but we get a nice first down there from Kurt Weeks with a great catch in some serious traffic. 1st and 10 here, another great catch, George Connor making that one, again in some traffic, and we got a field goal, so the score 17-13, we stopped them there on the run. 3rd and 23, they lined up to play the run very hard, so we let George Connor run free, and he gets this catch. If it wouldn't have been overthrown, we could have had probably a touchdown there. And on 3rd and 3, Van Aert looking to the right, he's got plenty of time here, and he goes over the middle, gets a reception there from George Connor, again gets a completion, and then on 1st and goal now, bootleg to the right side, and somehow that was picked off. We're going to have to go to the replay to really see what happened here. Kurt Weeks was in position, and if we take a look in slow motion, it looks like it kind of bounces off his hands, goes straight into the hands of AJ Boye, I believe that was, but we had him pinned down, and we get a safety there to end the first half, and that's not bad from Rashad Bass. So the score now 17-15. We start the second half with possession, and Philip Van Dijk going over the middle there. That's Jakeem Grant with the catch, but we didn't get anything else out of that possession. But on 1st and 10, a sack. For some reason, Blake Bortles dropped all the way back into the end zone, and it's another safety, making the score 17 apiece right now in the 3rd quarter. A completion there to Kurt Weeks, and now we go for a run with Trayvon Bromley, who gets the first down and tries to fight out of this contact, but forward progress will see us keep the first down. 3rd and 5 now, and it's a quick out there to Juju Smith-Schuster. He's helping too. Everybody's getting involved at this point in the game, and on 3rd and 7, Van Dijk rolling out to the right. Doesn't want the same mistake as last time, so he keeps the ball. We'll have to settle for a field goal there. The score 20-17. Blake Bortles in some trouble. He escaped from Tyus Bowers, but ran straight into Tim Williams, and on 3rd and 17, he's got something to do here. He does get a completion, but the receiver is stopped short of the first down by Gilbert Turner. 1st and 10 now. Philip Van Dijk looking deep for George Connor, but again overthrows him, so he had to dive to make the catch, and now Trayvon Bromley almost looked like he was going for a touchdown there. If he'd gone to the left, may have got it, and Sam Cook there had trouble handling that one, but managed to just get it out, and not just that, we'll pin him at the 3-yard line here, and they go for a run. No, they don't. They go for a pass. It was a play action. Now Blake Bortles rolling out to the right, but Mike Richardson gets him. The ball is out. It rolls out the back of the end zone, and it's a 3rd safety, and that I now know retrospectively will set, or rather tie, the all-time record for safeties in a game. Trayvon Bromley here with a huge run with 2 minutes left in this game. We're just trying to wear down the clock and maybe get another couple of points rather, not a couple of scores, just one score will do it here, and we'll close this game out at 25-17, 1 minute left. Philip Van Dijk looking for the touchdown. George Connor lets us down a little bit there. We settle for the field goal, so now it's an 11-point lead. That will be the last play of the game. You know what? I really enjoyed that game. It was a tough, hard-fought game. We struggled to stop them early on. We struggled to get moving against them early on, but we ended up winning 28-17. Helped massively by 3, count them, 3 safeties. I don't know what the record for safeties in a single game is, but we've got to be close because that was ridiculous. And, well, when I say I don't know something, I'm not going to continue not knowing it. The record is 3. We have tied the record set by the Los Angeles Rams against the New York Giants in 1984. So we did a pretty good thing today, as we can obviously tell by the fact we equaled an all-time record. So let's take a look at how everybody did individually. Philip Van Dijk did have a tough time, but his completion percentage actually got up again. He was at one point like 0 for 5 or 0 for 4, but we managed to get it going a little bit. 58% completion percentage, 1 interception, which, you know, I didn't really understand. I think really was more Kurt Weeks' fault. He had his body in front of the defender and had his hands, had a chance, didn't touch the ball. Obviously could have been thrown slightly better by Philip van Dijk, but I would blame Kurt Weeks there, not Van Dijk's accuracy. He's got to be able to move his hands slightly. Still, no touchdowns for him, but it doesn't really matter because we did well. I don't actually know where all the touchdowns came from. I think, actually now I'm extremely confused because apparently we didn't score any rushing touchdowns either, and we scored one defensive touchdown, but you know, 7 plus 6 is not 28. We didn't score special. I have no idea where our touchdowns came from. Trayvon Bromley ended up with 124 yards today. A couple of other, you know, inclusions by some guys, but unfortunately Tariq Cohen, who had a big time run, it was brought back by a block in the back, so that doesn't count, and he just has negative yards. Receiving, George Connor, 9 for 178, as per usual, just ridiculous. Kurt Weeks, 5 for 41. Jakeem Grant, 2 for 21, that's a bit of a surprise there. And then TJ Gibbs still making plays. Defensively, let's take a look at who led the team in tackles. Kewan Hardwick, the strong safety, then Tim Williams. That's different to what we usually see here. Tackles for loss, we had a bunch. The sacks, 2 by Tim Williams, he had a good day. Mike Richardson with 1. Darrington Boyle with 1, that was a safety of course, and then Kewan Hardwick with 1 as well. That was a nice one. 1 interception. Rashad Peters took it back for a touchdown. Now I'm still extremely confused. Mike Richardson with the forced fumble, which was a safety. Very confused with 3 safeties and 1 defensive touchdown. Apparently no offensive touchdowns. How did we get 28 points? This is how we got 28 points. We got 7 points from 1 touchdown. We got 6 points from 3 safeties. That makes the total 13. And then 5 field goals makes it another 15 points, makes it 28. We won this game 28 points to 17 without a single offensive score. So here we are, the Steelers, who are only 5-8 at the moment, but we know, I'm not even going to say it, we know divisional games are never the same. This is where we took a loss. This is where we've taken our only 2 losses of the season in the division, and one of them came against the Steelers away from home. So it is, of sorts, a revenge game. Now, I think at this point, still at the moment, we've got it pretty much locked up. We'll have the first round bye. We've got first overall seed, all of that, but we still need to win at least 1 or 2 more games for it to be 100%, although I feel like we're pretty safe. I think the next best are the Bills with 8 wins last week. Obviously, they could have made it up to 9, and then they've got 3 games to get 2 more wins, but that's secure. It's not as much about playoff seeding at this point. It is a pure revenge game, making up for the fact we lost to them last week, and we'll do that here. In this game, there will not be Ben Roethlisberger, but we know their quarterback isn't bad either, who plays instead of him, so it's not really much help to us because they're still very strong. But, you know, any chance is a chance, and we're going to take advantage of the fact their experienced leader of the team is not there. So we're coming off a big game, a tough game, but it doesn't really get much tougher than fighting it out in the division, no matter what the record of the team is. And they start with a run from Le'Veon Bell, not getting too much. On 2nd and 6, they go for a dump down pass there to Jesse James, who has loads of space as his man just took a bad angle of pursuit. And finally, Gilbert Turner helps make up for it, catches him from behind, brings him down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line, going end zone, and Casey Jacobs had that one, couldn't get his 2nd foot down, and then on 1st and 10, looking at Le'Veon Bell here, he will not be stopped, and he fights into the end zone, a spin move and everything, and now 1st and 10 for us, and Trayvon Bromley's trying to get something on the ground as well. It's going to be a battle of those running backs here. 2nd and 10, and Philip van Dijk gets a 1st down from Kurt Weeks. Kurt Weeks, past few weeks, has been improving, not improving, but becoming a bigger part of this offense, and then Trayvon Bromley will run that one in straight for a touchdown. Didn't even have to make anybody miss, or didn't have to go through anybody. 3rd and 11, and now Fowler is out, and he's gotten away from everybody. Matt Richardson was never going to catch him. He uses a spin move right as we try and strip the ball, and Marlon Humphrey finally brings him, takes him out of bounds. 3rd and 7 now from the 28-yard line, and again he's looking to run, slides there. It does make it 4th and inches, and they settle for a field goal, so the score now 10-7, and Trayvon Bromley running hard there, fighting out of contact, fighting out tackles. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Van Dijk looking for Juju Smith-Schuster, the ex-Steeler, and he finds him, and he gets pushed out of bounds there. 3rd and 10. A fake handoff to Tariq Cohen, a bootleg to the right side. 3rd and 10. We're looking for the 1st down marker, and Philip van Dijk won't be stopped until he gets it, and we get it. 2nd and 3. We're going with Trayvon Bromley. Huge hole up the middle. Maybe that huge hole was created by a hold, and we're now on 3rd and 13 from the 24-yard line. Van Dijk trying to go for Juju Smith-Schuster here, who cannot make the catch, and we have to settle for this field goal, but the wind pushes it just right at the final second, so the score is still 10-7. We don't tie the game here, and it's getting late in the first half here with 4 minutes left, 4 minutes 50 rather, and they're on 3rd and 9. A great tackle by Hunter Washington, forcing that ball out. Jesse James does not get the 1st down. 2nd and 6, and Philip van Dijk is sacked taken down by Mac Barron. 2nd and 5 now for the Steelers, who are in position before this half ends, with Le'Veon Bell getting down the field, just getting stopped by Casey Jacobs there after making 2 people miss, and they give it back to Le'Veon Bell, and he finishes off his run there for a touchdown. So now the score 17-7, 23 seconds left in this game. Philip Van Dijk looking to run with it. It was a quick linebacker chasing him, Ryan Shazier, and he gets the ball out, and we lose it, and now they get a field goal. 20-7 the score now, and now we're in panic mode. This is not what we should be doing. We throw it up, trying to get something here at the end of the game, and it's picked off. The man who picks it off is Kevin Byard, so you can't be too surprised. But George Connor, they're complaining on the field rather than just running after him. And now George Connor's going to be late, and now nobody else is going to be able to catch him. Maybe if George Connor hadn't stood around throwing his arms in the air, he would have caught him. But still, nobody did a good job there. And Kevin Byard just took that back, I don't know, about 90 yards for the touchdown. And now we're in a serious hole as the second half begins. 27-7 the score. And Philip Van Dijk in some trouble here. Actually gets out of that challenge, gets to the first down marker, gets out of bounds. 2nd and 10 now at the 38-yard line, and he's looking for Juju Smith-Schuster, and the pass could have been more to the left, but it's just not a good throw. It's picked off again by Kevin Byard. That's 2 interceptions for him now. And on 3rd and 8, they go play action to Le'Veon Bell, rolls out to the right, looks for Antonio Brown, and it's great coverage there by Marlon Humphrey, and they punt away. 4th and 8. And it's Stokes who gets it, and for some reason, I can't even explain it now with hindsight, for some reason we decide to take that one out and get ourselves pinned at the 1-yard line. We do manage to get a bit of clearance there with George Connor, and then on 3rd and 11, it's another forced pass. It's not on, it's not where it's supposed to be, but it's just not a decision we should be making anyway, so it's irrelevant if the pass was good or bad. And now Fowler running again. We just cannot handle his running, and he spins away from people, and for some reason, whenever our quarterback runs, he gets hit and loses the ball. When their quarterback runs, he holds on to it just fine, and Le'Veon Bell scores another touchdown there. 2nd and 10 now. Philip Van Dijk looking for Juju Smith-Schuster. No, that's TJ Gibbs rather. You can tell by the fact he made a ridiculous catch. And 3rd and inches we go, just trying to get the first down with Palmer, but he wants the touchdown. And then on the extra point, that is blocked. That is picked up. This will be taken back, and it's just absolutely, a sign of today. If something can go wrong, it will do. Even when we finally do something right, the extra point gets blocked and they get another 2 points. The score 36-13 here. And then it's another interception as we try and force things. That could have been thrown with a little bit more air under it, and that would have been George Connor probably for a touchdown, but it was thrown on a line. It's picked off, and Le'Veon Bell looking to get himself another touchdown. He does get stopped just short there, and all we can say is we held him to a field goal here, but we obviously lose the game. I'm not even sure exactly how, but everything that could have gone wrong in that game went wrong in that game. I'm not even, going to blame anyone else except for the coach there, myself, the decision making. Some, maybe, I'm not even saying they were, maybe some of these passes were inaccurate, but that doesn't even matter because every single decision that we made in this game was awful, simply awful. At least Trayvon Bromley actually did something. He didn't let us down really, and he got himself a touchdown, so did Nate Palmer. Receiving, George Connor, that's probably, one of the worst games he's had in terms of service and production himself. Juju Smith-Schuster always trying to show off against the Steelers, but really couldn't get much done today after a couple of nice catches. TJ Gibbs did make a good play again. I just don't know what else we could have done there. I don't know what else the individual players could have done there, because that was just, it was a comedy of errors. It just went as wrong as it could have done. Let's take a look. No sacks, 0 sacks, no interceptions, no forced fumbles. Just nothing in turnovers, and we gave him the ball 100 times and we made bad decisions on top of that. It's just, it couldn't have gone worse. That is a fact. And that is it for this episode. Let's hope that, this game was due to, a little bit of rust. It's been a while since we've done this. So let's just hope that's what it was down to. Let's hope we can come back from this. Let's take a look at the player who regressed. It will have been, of course, Philip Van Dijk for throwing 4 interceptions. His awareness goes down. His injury goes down again because he was sacked 4 times. That's not fair. Leave the poor man alone. He gets sacked too often. We'll finish off scouting the cornerbacks. Let's do it in this one. And there you go. Kevin Hagler out of Alabama. There is a man hiding in the 4th round. Actually, we won't finish him off right now just in case we happen to need more points. Still potentially another guy here. Yeah, there you go. I don't know why he's so bad. He's got the, because it's B- and it needs to be B, but potentially we can star him already. Let's take a look at the final one. Yeah, he's not bad. We've got a couple of guys now. Let's take a look at the draft board. 3 guys we could take. Kevin Hagler will be the man we take, probably like in the 2nd round or something, just for the sake of getting him rather than letting him go. Obviously, depends on what else shows up, but we're always looking for cornerbacks. I love cornerbacks.